Hello, I'm Carl Katz, Executive Director of Muse Film and Television. You're going to watch Trevi, a short film made by Richard Rogers and John Pinto about the Trevi Fountain in Rome. It was made for the Production Lab, a joint venture with the Metropolitan Museum of Art and the J. Paul Getty Trust. In 13 BC, a country girl led a detachment of Roman soldiers to a hidden spring 10 miles outside of Rome. The water was brought to Rome through an aqueduct, which terminated in a fountain called the Trevi Fountain, after the 3 streets that converged at the site. Clean, sweet water from the Trevi was sold and transported all over Rome. Ultimately, 3 successive fountains were constructed on the site to form the Trevi Fountain as we know it today. Tourists from all over the world visit it and throw coins in the fountain, wishing for good fortune and a prompt return to Rome. The film questions the relationship between the intended meaning of a work of art and the meanings ascribed to it over time. The filmmakers adopted different cinematic and editing styles to reflect the changing interpretations of the Trevi Fountain. The meaning of a work of art changes over time. Meaning is contextual. The viewer, the passers-by, the city around the work all define and give sense to the work of art, to the Fountain of Trevi.
In 13 BC, a country girl led a detachment of Roman soldiers to a hidden spring. Their commander, Marcus Agrippa, had this water brought to Rome by means of an aqueduct through which it continues to flow today. For 1,000 years after the fall of ancient Rome, this was the only source of fresh water in the city. In 1732, Pope Clement XII commissioned a new fountain to be built at the aqueduct's end, in the Piazza di Trevi. Ever since then, people have come to look at that fountain, and they have seen the fountain, but they have also seen themselves.
September 16th, 1732. His Holiness Pope Clement XII has issued a directive that 17,000 scudi be advanced for the construction of the Fontana di Trevi, and Nicola Salvi's design has been chosen.
All those who follow this affair tell me that if they ever build the fountain, they will only make something very mediocre with very little expense, because Prince Conti, who lives in the palace, will never permit the palace to be covered over so as to decorate the fountain, which is why only a very poor design will ever be built.
We entrust to your care the construction of the Fontana di Trevi, for which you are to use the funds deposited for this purpose. You are also to make use of the facade of the Poli Palace, and may perforate it, penetrating into interior rooms and closing up the windows of this facade as you see fit in executing the design of the architect Salvi. And the Duke may not impede or delay this work.
June 16, 1736. Today a mason fell from the highest part of the Trevi and immediately died.
Oceanus, whose statue will be placed on the Fontana di Trevi, should certainly be considered as belonging to that same series as other ancient deities who have contained hidden explanations of natural phenomena. In this role, he is not the symbol of the powerful operative forces of water, so much as the actual working manifestation of these powers, which appear as moisture. In this form, water permeates all material things. It is completely free and always at work in even the smallest parts of the created universe. Here it is brought and distributes itself to make useful those parts of earth which give nutrition and birth to new forms. Thus water can be called the only everlasting source of continuous being. The entourage which must accompany Oceanus should in every way accord with the nature of water, and must be in allegorical form to signify his principal attributes. The marine horses should have their foreparts, which are the most noble parts of living creatures, similar to horses here on land. This signifies that the proper and primary sphere of power of Oceanus is the land, where men have their being. The hind parts of these marine horses shall end in long scaly tails, like those of fishes, and this means that the power of Oceanus extends also over the vast and unfathomed leagues of the sea. These beasts shall also have wings on their backs to show that Oceanus has the power to raise himself into the air, where the water he commands can create the many wonderful and varied effects which we can see. Nicola Salvi.
From Nathaniel Hawthorne's The Marble Faun, A Moonlight Ramble. They and the rest of the party descended some steps to the water's brim, and after a sip or two, stood gazing at the absurd design of the fountain, where some sculptor of Bernini's school had gone absolutely mad in marble. It was a great palace front, with niches and many bas-reliefs, out of which looked Agrippa's legendary Virgin and several of the allegoric sisterhood, while at the base appeared Neptune, with his floundering steeds and tritons blowing their horns about him, and 20 other artificial fantasies which the calm moonlight soothed into better taste than was native to them. And after all, it was as magnificent a piece of work as ever human skill contrived.
Vengo anch'io. Vengo anch'io. Sì. Silvia, ma chi sei?
Listen.
We have a lot of customers coming over here, American, French, English, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, every nationality, even from Russia now, from Poland, Hungary, everyone. And we are very happy to sell souvenirs to them. Trevi Fountain, the largest, the most beautiful fountain of Rome, was made at the beginning of the 18th century by Nicola Salvi. Nicola Salvi, the best pupil of Gian Lorenzo Bernini. It represents the triumph of God Neptune, the god of the sea, with Triton. The tradition, if you throw a coin in the fountain, you come back in Rome again. 2 coins, you get married. 3 coins, you get divorced. You see the chance that we have. That is the fountain of the wish. That is really the best fountain of Rome, famous all over the world.
Better than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be a fountain like we have in Central Park. That's from in New York. This is nicer.
It's a very good conversation. The chariots there drawn by the horses. I believe that's Neptune. I'm not sure who it is.
This fountain is derived from the meaning of a virgin found the well and then introduced it to a soldier or something, and hence founded the fountain here.
I really don't know what those images symbolizes, but whatever it is, it's really good.
I don't know who made them, who the sculptor was, but they're fantastic. It's an art treasure, as I said, and it's worth coming to see it from anywhere.
Raymond here likes to come here so he can pick up the girls, be them English, American, Japanese, Chinese.
It's not true. I'm too shy for that.
And he's too shy.
The Pope, they build up monument or palace or building or fountain
as a demonstration of their power. And so this is one example.
Oh, certainly a real work of art. Yes, look at all these people. It must be. They come for their wishes.